and welcome back to My Happy Place. I'm Miss Johanna.
And I'm Miss Charity.
And today we're following up on our story about David's son Solomon, some of the amazing things he did for God during his life. We're going to work on our memory verse now, and we're going to move on to the second part of the verse and work on that, and then we're going to go back and add it to the first part that we learned and say the whole thing together. So let's do the second part first.
Nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful.
One more time.
Nor standeth in the way of the sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful.
I think we need to do it again because I got confused. Ready?
Nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. Psalm 1, 1 and 2. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful.
One more time, and let's slow it down. I feel like we're saying it a little bit too fast for all of those out there, okay? Ready?
Psalm 1, 1 and 2. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful.
And we'll keep going over that for the rest of the week. So we got some time to keep going. So good job today. All right, let's dive right into our story. Now we're talking about Solomon, David's son. And when David was king, he was a great warrior. He fought many battles for the Lord, and he won many battles for the Lord. And he wanted to build God's temple, a permanent place for God to dwell in, because since the children of Israel had left Egypt, God had dwelled in what they called a tabernacle. And it was just kind of a temporary temple for God. It wasn't permanent. And David wanted to build a permanent place for God to dwell in. But God said, I don't want my temple to be built by a man of war. I want it to be built by a man of peace. So David gathered many of the supplies for the temple, but he never got to build it. Well, Solomon, his son, decided that he wanted to finish his father's dream and build the temple for God. So when he became king, he got right to work, and he hired many men. They carried logs and gold and silver up to a mountain where the temple would be built. It took 7 years to build the great temple, and finally the temple was ready. It was the most beautiful place anyone had ever seen. God was so pleased with the job that Solomon had done building the temple, and he allowed his spirit to enter into the temple to show the people that it truly was his house. The children of Israel were so happy too. They sang and danced and gave praise to God when the temple was complete. And Solomon was happy too because he had finally fulfilled his father's dream. So just like in Solomon's life, God gives each of us a job that only we can do. Only Solomon could build that beautiful temple that his father David wanted to. David wanted to, but that wasn't God's plan for David's life. And so Solomon, he did what God wanted him to do, and he fulfilled that plan that God had for his life. So God has a plan for my life, God has a plan for Miss Charity's life, and God has a plan for your life. All we have to do is we have to pray, we have to ask God, God, what do you want me to do? And we have to be willing to do whatever it is. Maybe it's be a missionary somewhere far away to some people who have never heard of Jesus. Maybe it's to be a missionary to your neighbor who sees you playing outside every day, but you haven't quite told them about Jesus. Maybe that's what God wants you to do. So today, I want you, before you go to bed tonight, to pray and ask God, God, what do you want me to do? What is your plan for my life? And be willing, whatever he tells you to do, to say yes.
Tomorrow we're going to learn about a very special man who had a very strange job that God wanted him to do, but he did it. And so whatever God asks you to do it.
See you next time. Bye.